عظمت محمد و آل محمد بلندر صلوات اپنے خطاب سے پہلے چند باتیں کرنی ہے، آپ کو چند باتیں بتانی ہیں۔ دل تو نہیں کرتا چونکہ یہ مہینہ ایسا ہے، یہ دن ایسے ہیں کہ ہم یہاں امام حسین علیہ السلام کی مصیبت پر گریہ کرنے کے لیے جمع ہوئے۔ بہرحال چونکہ یہ منبر حسین علیہ السلام اس لیے ہے کہ ہم اس منبر کے طفیل لوگوں کی اصلاح کر سکیں۔ اگر اس منبر کے طفیل ہم لوگوں کی اصلاح نہیں کر سکتے تو پھر امام حسین علیہ السلام کی قربانی کا مقصد کیا تھا؟ یہ امام بارگاہ جس طرح سے آپ سب کو پتا ہے، انجمن حیدریہ انگلینڈ اور یورپ کا سب سے قدیمی امام بارگاہ ہے، اور ہم پر بھی کچھ فریضے ہیں کہ ہم اگر اپنے گھروں کو چھوڑ کے امام بارگاہ میں شاہ جی آتے ہیں تو ہم پر واجب ہے، میں سمجھتا ہوں کہ جس طرح سے ہم اپنے گھروں میں اپنے گھروں کا صفائی کا نظام رکھتے ہیں، ہمیں چاہیے کہ اگر ہم دل سے اس کو اگر ہم مولا کا گھر مانتے ہیں تو ہم پر واجب ہے کہ جس طرح سے ہم اپنے گھروں میں صفائی کا نظام رکھتے ہیں، امام بارگاہ بھی اس طرح سے رکھیں۔ اگر اپنے گھروں میں ہماری اولاد آرام سے بیٹھتی ہے، اگر یہاں سے وہاں ہوئی تو اولاد کی سختی، تو پھر عزادارو مومنین معذرت کے ساتھ اگر گھروں میں آپ کی اولاد آرام سے بیٹھ سکتی ہے تو یہ امام بارگاہ سب سے پہلی درسگاہ ہے۔ تو ہمیں چاہیے کہ ہم اولاد کو سب سے آگے بٹھائیں، کیونکہ اگر ہماری اولاد بیٹھے گی نہیں فرشگاہ پر تو دین کیسے سیکھے گی؟ تو خاص طور پر ایک پیغام یہ تھا پیغام مردوں کے لیے کہ مرد بھی جس طرح سے اپنے گھروں میں کرتے ہیں اس طرح سے امام بارگاہ میں بھی کریں، مگر ایک پیغام معذرت کے ساتھ اپنی ماں بہنیں اور بچیوں کے لیے ایک پیغام ہے کہ خدا را آپ ان 10 دنوں میں اس بی بی کو رونے کے لیے آتے ہیں کہ جس بی بی نے اسلام کی خاطر، جس بی بی نے اپنی رضا کو بھی قربان کر دیا، اور اگر اس بی بی کی یاد میں آپ امام بارگاہ میں آتی ہیں تو کم از کم، میں یہ نہیں کہتا کہ آپ حجاب کریں، چونکہ اتنی تو عقل آپ کو بھی ہونی چاہیے، کیونکہ ہم اس سیدہ فاطمہ الزہرا کے ماننے والے ہیں جنہوں نے اسلام کے لیے اپنی بیٹیوں کی رضا بھی قربان کر دی، اسلام کے لیے اپنی بیٹیوں کی رضا بھی قربان کر دی۔
بڑے ارمان ہیں، بڑے ارمان ہیں۔
تو میں اپنی ماں بہنوں بچیوں سے التجا کرتا ہوں کہ اگر امام بارگاہ میں آتی ہیں تو کم از کم جتنی دیر آپ اس امام بارگاہ کے اندر ہیں اپنے سر سے رضا کو مت اترنے، کیونکہ یہ ارمان ہے جناب زینب سلام اللہ علیہ کا۔ تو اگر ہماری ماں بہنیں بچیاں اگر وہ حقیقی معنوں میں سیرت جناب سیدہ پر چلیں گی تو یہ جو ہمارے بچے ہیں، یہ جو ہماری اولاد ہے، چونکہ سب سے پہلی درسگاہ جو ہے وہ ماں کی گود ہے، تو اگر ماں اپنا کردار درست کرے گی اور حقیقی معنوں میں جناب سیدہ کی سیرت پر عمل کرے گی تو پھر ہماری اولاد بھی انشاءاللہ मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद के नक्शे कदम पर चलेगी। ये था मेरा पैगाम। मोहम्मद व आले मोहम्मद की ज़ात पर बुलंदतर सलवात पढ़ें। For the forgiveness of our sins, can we have a loud salawat, please? For the zuhur of Qaim Aale Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, can we have a loud salawat, please? A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala sayyidil ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen wa habibi ilahil alameen alladhi qila fi sha'nihi wa ma arsalnaka illa rahmatan lil alameen a'ni abil qasim Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali والصلاة والسلام على أهل الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين واللعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم إن الحسين مصباح الهدى والسفينة النجاة. Can we have a loud salawat, please? اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Alhamdulillah, today is our 5th session in which we have been discussing how we, the followers of Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam, how we can connect with Allah, how we can connect with Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and how can we connect with the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam. Yesterday our discussion was this, that the first stepping stone that we have in getting closer to Allah Azza wa Jal, that first stepping stone is the niyyat of the person. It is the intention of the person. And if a person has the proper intention, if the person has a pure intention, and if he says his intention with the tongue and confirms it with the heart, then Allah Azza wa Jal will accept his intention and Allah will shower him with his blessings. So as I explained yesterday, that the niyyat of a person can be of two types. One is the niyyat of the person which is connected to him spiritually. And the second part of the intention of a person is physical. But we mentioned yesterday that what Allah gives the person spiritually when he makes the intention. Like we discussed, that when a person makes the niyyah to do something, Allah Azza wa Jal starts to reward him instantly. That's spiritually. But what does a person get when he makes a proper niyyat, when he makes a pure intention? What does Allah Azza wa Jal gives the person on this world? What does Allah give him in this world? And who better to answer this question than the Imam of the believers, than Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam says that there are 3 worldly effects when a person makes the niyyat to do something good. There are 3 effects that when a person makes the niyyat to do something good, Allah will reward him, or Allah will give him benefit in 3 different ways. The first thing that Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam says, that when a person makes a pure intention, when a person makes a good intention, Allah will give him the ability to manage the society. Allah will give him the ability to manage with the society. What does that mean? That means that whenever a person wants to do something good for other people, Allah will give him blessing and Allah will give him barakah, that whatever he decides to do in this world, Allah will give him success. That is the first thing that Allah will give a person when he has a good intention. Because Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam gives advice to Malik Ashtar. He says to him that when a person wants to be good and he wants the society to have justice and he wants to rule on the hearts of the people, then what does a person needs to do? Imam Ali says that the person needs to have good intentions. Because it is the foundation of everything that we decide to do. Any action, any deed, any act, anything that we decide to do, the first thing that will be questioned is the niyat of the person. Because it is not just folktale, it's not just elders saying that if you think good, good will happen. That is the reality, and it is from the sayings of A'imma alayhi salatu wasalam that if you think good and your niyat is good and your niyat is pure, then in return Allah will also provide you with good outcome because your niyat is good. What is the second thing that a person will get when he has a good intention? The second thing that Amir al-Mu'mineen ﷺ says, that when a person has a good intention, Allah will improve his status wealth-wise. So he will get more money, he will get more richer if he has a good intention. Because economy will improve of that person when that person has a good intention. Because Imam Ali ﷺ says that if he is going to think better for his brother in faith, so for example, if Allah has given you £10 and you can live on £5, if you are willing to give the extra £5 to another brother who is in need, or give it to, for example, the idara who needs the money, then Imam Ali says that because your niyat is good, Allah will give you barakat in your wealth. Because Imam Ali says that if you want barakat in your wealth, because nowadays there are certain problems that our youth face. One of the issues that our youth face is that they say, Maulana, we are looking for a job, but we can't find a job. Or the second thing that they say, Maulana, we have a job, but we have no barakat in our wealth. If we take everything from Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, then our lives will improve. But the thing is, as I have been mentioning for 5 days, that the solution to all of our problems is simple. And that solution is that we need to make that connection with Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. And that connection can only be made when we start implementing these little things into our lives. Now, for a normal person to make a niyat, it's a normal thing. Because niyat is not a big task that you have to take in front of 100 people. A niyat is something, it's a task that you take yourself. And you only do it between Allah and yourself. There is no third person present. But if we know how to make a proper niyat, and we know that no matter what we decide to do in our life, if we have the niyat that we are doing it solely for the pleasure of Allah Azza wa Jal, then Allah will give us blessings throughout our life. The third thing that Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam says that that person, Amirul Mu'mineen says that that person that makes a good intention, his links with society will also improve. His links with society will improve. What does that mean? That means that the people around you, your community, your friends, they will start to respect you more because you will be known as a person who has good intentions. Because it is our belief, it is our iman, that anything that Ali Muhammad ﷺ have said, it is for the benefit of mankind. It is for our benefit. But it is up to us if we decide to implement the sayings of Ma'asumeen ﷺ into our lives. Because they have given us a solution for everything. Because the religion that we believe in, the religion that we follow, it is a religion based upon logic. So for the youth, this religion that we believe in, if something doesn't click in your head, then that is not a part of your religion. Because as I explained yesterday, there is no force in the religion of Ali Muhammad ﷺ. There is no jabr in our religion. You cannot force someone to do something. Because everything in our religion is based upon logic. If we are sitting here remembering Imam Hussain ﷺ, logically there's an explanation why we are remembering Imam Hussain ﷺ. Because not everyone can have the love of Ali Muhammad in their hearts. Because this is that blessing and this is that dua that Fatimatul Zahra Salamullah alayha. And as a result of that dua of Pak Bibi Salamullah alayha, we are sitting here remembering Imam Hussain ﷺ. Because if it wasn't for the dua of Sayyida Fatimatul Zahra Salamullah alayha, we, like our other brothers, we would be outside. We would be leading our life like nothing has happened. But because somewhere in our hearts, we have that connection with the Imam of our time. Because unless we are not connected with our Imam, Allah will not give us the ability to come here and listen to the zikr of Ali Muhammad ﷺ. And I just remembered a question that a child asked me yesterday. And it really pleases me that when the youth come and ask me a question, because it gives me the hope that they are actually listening to what I'm saying. A child came to me and asked me yesterday, Maulana, you are saying that Allah will reward us. You are saying that Allah will give us something in return of the prayers that we do to Allah Azza wa Jal. So I asked the child, I said, what is it that you want in return for you praying to Allah Azza wa Jal? And he looks at me and he says, Maulana, I want an iPhone 6. And if Allah gives me an iPhone 6, then I will continue to pray. The thing is that Allah is Ghafoorur Rahim. He is listening to every single dua that is in our hearts. And we are followers of those Imams, and we are believers of Babul Hawaij, that without the dua even coming to our tongues, our imams already know what we want. So we don't need to ask them for an iPhone. If we actually believe in the imams with our hearts and the connection with our imams is strong, then we should have faith that without even asking them, they will give us what we want. In this world and in the hereafter. Because this world is not about attaining all the blessings that Allah has given us. Phones, everything that we see around us, this is all due to the barakat of Ali Muhammad alayhi wasallam. If it wasn't for Imam al-Zamana alayhi salatu wasalam, this world that we see around us will cease to exist. The only reason why this world is here, the only reason why the barakat of this world are with us, it is only because our Imam is in Parda Ghaibat. And he is constantly doing dua for us as well. Like we do dua for Imam al-Zamana, we ask Allah that Allah sends Imam al-Zamana alayhi salatu wasalam quickly. Imam al-Zamana alayhi salatu wasalam in Parda Ghaibat is also doing dua for us. But we need to gain that step closer to the Imam. And the first thing, as I said, is correcting our intentions. No matter what you do, as I said yesterday, if you come to the majlis, come to the majlis with the intention that you are pleasing Allah Azza wa Jal. If you are going to college, if you are going to university, you are going to school, you are going to a friend's house, no matter what you are doing in your life, do it only to please Allah Azza wa Jal. If you are making friends, have the niyat in your heart, you are making friends for the pleasure of Allah Azza wa Jal. And if you are having hatred towards someone, only do it because you are having hatred towards him because of Allah Azza wa Jal. But hatred is that thing that even our imams discourage. Because we find in the seerat of Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu wasalam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad, that when the person who killed Imam Zainul Abidin's brother came to his house, Imam Zainul Abidin greeted him, Imam fed him, Imam clothed him, in such a way that the person turned around and said to Imam Zainul Abidin, have you forgotten that I am the killer of your brother? Imam Zainul Abidin looked at him and said, no, I have not forgotten that you have killed my brother. But we, Ali Muhammad ﷺ, have been given the guidance by Rasulullah. We have been given the akhlaq by Rasulullah, that no matter, even if our enemy comes to our house, we will greet him like he is one of our own. So we need to change our lives, we need to change our thinking, we need to change our intentions. On which better month than to connect with the Imams than the month of Muharram? Because everyone, normal thing of the world is that when someone is happy, you are always there for him. But how do you actually test a person? When he is with you, when you are sad. Because everyone will be there when you are happy, but no one will stand by you when you are sad. Ali Muhammad ﷺ, they are with us when we are happy, and they are even closer to us when we are sad. Why? Because in the sadness of Ali Muhammad, we have left the world and we are sitting here remembering Imam Hussain ﷺ. And they are those that they never keep the right of anyone. Because I said, if Allah is Adil, His Prophet is Adil, the Imams are also Adil. They are just. If you are sitting here remembering Imam Hussain ﷺ, then in return the Imams will ask Allah to and intercede on your behalf, and Allah will accept your du'as, inshallah. But the thing is that we need to make that step and get closer to the Imams. Can we have a loud salawat, please?
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Can we have again another loud salawat, please?
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
So in the time of Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, there was a pious person. Now this story is aimed at the children, and I want them to understand how niyat actually works. So there was a person in the time of Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, and he was a very pious person. He would fast, he would pray, he would read the book of the time, he would respect the Prophet, he would remember God, he would do everything that Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu wasalam asked him to do. So he was a very pious person. And one day, whilst he was at home, he was praying, a group of people came to him. And they came to him and they said, "Oh pious person, that nearby there is a garden, and there is a group of people, and they have planted a tree there. They have planted a tree there. And what have these people started to do? They have started to worship the tree. They have started to worship the tree. So this pious person, he gets angry, he picks up an axe, and he starts to walk towards the garden with the niyat, with the intention of cutting down the tree. So when he heard that people are worshipping the tree, his first niyat, his first intention was to cut down the tree for the pleasure of Allah Azza wa Jal. So he is walking towards the garden, and whilst he is walking towards the garden, he sees that the shaitan comes to him in the form of an old person. And the shaitan says to him, "Oh person, oh pious person, where are you going?" So this pious person tells shaitan regarding his intention. He tells him that this is why I'm going to the garden, because I have heard that there are certain people, there's a group of people that are worshipping the tree. And because I believe in one God, I cannot take that whilst I am alive, somebody is worshipping the tree. So this old person says to that pious person, that why does it concern you? If Allah wants to get rid of the tree, then Allah will send a prophet. If Allah wants to get rid of the tree, then Allah will send someone else. If Allah actually wants to get rid of that tree, then Allah will tell you directly that, "Oh pious person, go cut the tree." But has Allah said anything to you? He says no. So the old person says, "Have you heard that Allah is sending a prophet to cut the tree?" The old person says no. But because his niyat was pure, because initially his niyat that he made to cut the tree was only for the pleasure of Allah Azza wa Jal. So he starts to argue with this old person, the pious person. He says that I am doing it for Allah. Allah does not need to tell me. Allah does not need to send a prophet, because I know that what they are doing, that is not in our books. So whilst he is fighting with this old person, they actually get into a physical fight. And this pious person with one punch puts this person to the ground. and then he sits on top of him. Whilst he gets on top of him, he has the intention of killing him, because that old person is moving him away from his purpose. And right at the last minute, the old person says to him, let me give you some advice, and if you don't like my advice, then you can kill me. Now just for the youth, just try to understand that how many times have you made the intention to do something good? How many times have you made the intention, Ya Allah, I'm going to go to sleep, but I will wake up for Fajr. Or Ya Allah, I am going to go to the Imam Bargah and I'm going to sit through every single person and listen to the zikr of Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. How many times have you made an intention? Now this person has also made an intention. But then the shaitan says to him, let me give you some advice. If you like it, then fair enough. If you don't, then you can kill me. So this person, the pious person, says to shaitan, what is your advice? Now listen to the advice that the shaitan gives him, because this scenario, every single person can relate to this. And these stories are not just to listen to and say Subhanallah and MashaAllah and listen to the story and go home, because the stories of the previous prophets are a form of stories for us so we can change ourselves. They're not stories just so we can listen to them, but we actually need to take something from these and change our lives. So he is sitting on this old person, and the shaitan, Bismillah, he is sitting on the old person, and the old person, the shaitan says to him, let me give you some advice. So the shaitan says to this person that I will give you 2 dirhams. I will give you 2 dirhams. Or shall we say, he turned around and said, I will give you 2 pounds. Shaitan is saying to the pious person, I will give you 2 pounds. 1 pound you keep for yourself, and the other pound you can use to feed the poor. And then the shaitan says to him, look, I am giving you benefit in this world, and I'm also giving you benefit in the hereafter. The pious person says, how? He says, I am giving you 2 pounds. 1 pound you can use to feed the poor, and you will please Allah Azza wa Jal, and He will reward you in the hereafter. And the other pound you can use for yourself, and you can make your life better, so you can pray to Allah more. This is the advice that the shaitan gave him. So this person, when he listens to this, he says that this is a good deal for me. I'm getting 2 pounds, 1 pound I will keep, the other pound I will feed the poor. Allah is also happy, I am also happy. So he leaves this old person and he returns back home. So he forgot about the tree. His initial intention was to cut down the tree. So he leaves the tree, 2 pounds, he comes back home. When he comes back home, the shaitan says to him that, sorry, it was a deal where the shaitan said that I will give you 2 pounds till Qiyamah. So when he comes back home, in the morning he looks under his pillow and he finds 2 pounds. MashaAllah, he gets very happy. He puts 1 pound in his pocket, and the other pound he feeds the poor people, and he comes back home, starts doing his ibadat. The second day, when he gets up, he realizes that the shaitan has not given him the 2 pounds that the shaitan has promised. So again he gets angry. So instead of getting angry for the tree, he is now more angry that the shaitan or the old person has not given him the 2 pounds. So again he makes a niyat. Now this is the second niyat that he's making. He makes a niyat that whilst I'm going to cut down the tree, if I find this old person, I will also kill him as well. So he's walking towards the garden again. And whilst he's walking towards the garden, he finds that the shaitan comes to him again in the form of an old person. And the old person asks him again, that, oh pious person, where are you going? And he turns around and he says, well, firstly I'm looking for an old person who promised me £2 and he has not given me £2 today. And secondly, I am going to cut that tree because people are doing ibadat to that tree. They are worshipping that tree. The old person looks at this pious person and says, I don't think you have a chance today. Because today your niyat is weak. He says, no, my niyat is still the same. It's the same niyat that I made the same day. The first day, I am going to cut the tree. The shaitan says, no. Today you have no power over anyone. So again they get into a physical fight. And whilst they are fighting, this time the shaitan punches him and this person falls to the ground. And the shaitan stands on him. And the shaitan is standing on him and the shaitan says to him, let me give you some advice. Now listen, Mu'mineen, the shaitan, even though we understand that the shaitan is our open enemy. He is our open enemy. But sometimes the shaitan also gives us advice. Now what advice does the shaitan give this old person? The shaitan says to him that when you first went to cut the tree, your intention was solely for the pleasure of Allah Azza wa Jal. You only wanted to cut the tree because you wanted to please Allah Azza wa Jal. And that's why you had power over me. Because your intention was pure, your mind was pure, your soul was pure, and because you had a good intention, Allah gave you the power that you even knocked me, the shaitan, to the ground. But then the shaitan says to him, when the second time when you made the intention, your intention was not just to please Allah, but you wanted to please yourself. Because you were more angry about the £2 that I promised you than you were actually angry about the people worshipping the tree. So what do we need to take from this story? We need to take that whenever we make the intention to do something good, there will be times where our lives, we will think that they are harder than what they were before. That is due to the fact that Allah wants to increase the sawab. He wants to increase our blessings that we get from Allah. That's why Allah is making the task at hand harder. But we will always achieve our goal because our niyat is pure. And if our niyat is pure and we are followers of Mushkil Kusha, then no matter what we decide to do, it will be easier. And we see this in the Sirat of A'imma alayhi salatu wasalam. We see this in the Sirat of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam. We find that in the battle of Khandaq, when Amir al-Mu'mineen was fighting against the enemy, a time came when Amir al-Mu'mineen, he took power over the enemy. And Mawla Ali ﷺ was sitting on top of him. Why did Amir al-Mu'mineen back out at that time? Because the enemy spat on the face of Amir al-Mu'mineen. And Mawla was ready to cut his head off. But Mawla stood up. Why? Because Amir al-Mu'mineen said that at the point when I was about to kill him, I was only going to kill him for the pleasure of Allah Azza wa Jal. But when he spat on my face, then my anger came in the way. And I didn't want to kill him because he spat on my face. I wanted to kill him solely for the pleasure of Allah Azza wa Jal. So we need to understand and we need to take something from the lives of Ahlul Bayt. And unless we don't take something from their lives, we won't be able to change our lives. And as I have been saying from the first day, only if people had the connection with the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam the way Khatamul Anbiya wanted us to have. Only if the people understood who Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam was. If everyone knew who the family of the Holy Prophet was, then Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam had no need to leave Medina. The only reason why Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam left Medina, because people refused to believe in Ali Muhammad. And today, you are going to pick up the ta'abut of those two brothers who are known as On and Muhammad. They are the sons of Sayyida Zainab Salamullah Alayha. They are the sons of Sayyida Zainab Salamullah Alayha. And these are two princes. They are those two Shuhada of Karbala that Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam did not intend to take with him. We find that when Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam left Medina, these two princes were not with Imam Hussain. When Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam finished his Hajj and did not complete his Hajj, Hazrat Abdullah followed Imam Hussain to Makkah. And he says to Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam that, "Oh my master, I have heard from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam that whenever a person intends to go on a journey, he should have his sadaqah with him." So he says to Imam Hussain, "Oh my master, I have brought my two sons On and Muhammad as a sadaqah from myself." Hazrat Abdullah looks at Janab Zainab and he says, "Oh Zainab, I have brought On and Muhammad on the day of Ashura. I want you to give On as a sadaqah from me, and I want you to give Muhammad as a sadaqah from yourself. Oh Azadar, oh those people that have come to cry for the sons of Janab Zainab, when these two princes were killed in Karbala, Janab Sayyida Zainab, she did not cry for them on the day of Ashura. She did not cry for them when she went to Kufa. She did not cry for them when she went to Sham. But oh Azadar of Imam Hussain, when Janab Sayyida Zainab returned to Medina, and when she came home, she saw the clothes of her children. Janab Sayyida Zainab begins to cry and say, "Oh my sons, I have given you a sadaqah for my brother Hussain."